Today we're going to cover marine air conditioning systems. We'll show you some of the basics, and we're actually going to replace the controls on our crew cabin AC unit as well. So when you operate your AC for a given system, we'll show you kind of what to expect, what it should be doing when you turn it on, and some easy things to check for if it's not behaving properly. So let's get into it. We'll turn this on. We should hear the fan start running. We should hear the water pump kick on and the compressor kick on. And in about that order, with just a little bit of delay in between. We're going to try to get that all in one clip for you so you can kind of see the process happen. Okay, and we're already getting cold air out of there. We can check water flow. After we check the water flow outside, if it looks good, let's listen to our compressor. And this one you can hear, it sounds just fine. If it's very noisy, you could have a problem with the compressor. Obviously, we do have a gauge set, and we have R22 on hand, so we can check and charge the pressures. That's something that you may or may not want to get into or get some help to do if you decide to do it. We're going to try to upgrade our Cruise Air SMX AC control system in the crew cabin to an SMX2. It's newer, it's simpler, and it's still available. So we have the old controllers on the wall here, and we tried another one. Neither one of them work. The old style's got all these connections you've got to plug in, and there's a lot of wires. The new SMX2s have only a 4-wire connection. It's a Molex type connection. I can reuse this wiring and just splice these 4 in at each end. We do have to run a temperature sensor up to where the air intake comes inside though here. So we're going to start working on that, and hopefully we'll get this done and we'll have our AC back to working. We've already charged it with R22 and verified we've got a good closed system. So now we just got to fix the controls. We're tearing out the old control board and wiring, and this had the old emergency heat deal. We're just going to remove all this stuff and then have to mount the new board inside and hope it fits and get it all put back together. Here's all the old stuff we pulled out of the can, and we've completely cleaned the can out, and now we've got standoffs with plastic and mounted the new board in there. We're keeping our caps, and we're going to start wiring now. So the last component we need for the air conditioner is a 56 k ohm 2-watt resistor. You can read the color bands to find out the resistance of a resistor from a color band chart. And then when the body of the resistor is big, that usually indicates it can pass more current. So this is a 2-watt 56 k ohm resistor that we ordered. But before we put it in, we'd like to check to make sure it's good. So we went to test with our digital meter. We have a Fluke 87, which is a good multimeter. But when you use this, it can be a little bit tricky to get the display. You can see it's kind of jumping around. Okay, I got, whoops, 55.1. Okay, that's reading, it's just a tad low. That's not bad. But I've also got here an old Simpson 260. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but this meter is probably, I don't know, maybe as old as I am, but it's kind of nice. You got the zero adjust on this analog. And sometimes using an analog meter is just really nice for getting a good solid reading that you can watch the trend. So we'll check it here with this one. And so you can see if your connection's not right, it's bouncing all over the place. Well, I've got, yep, 55, almost a 6 there. So it's reading the same as the Fluke meter. So there you have it. I would say these are good to use, but it was kind of fun to compare an old analog to the digital. Okay, the newer SMX control system just uses a 4-pin Molex connector, and we've got a pigtail here. We're just going to put on the 4 wires from the wall, and we already tested these with a voltmeter at each end. We rang them out to make sure nothing's shorted or anything else, and we have these spares if we needed them, but we went ahead and went with the correct colors. Well, we finished installing the SMX2 controls in here, and despite my best efforts to keep everything looking nice, there's just too many wires going to too many places in here to really have it all zip tied and cherry. It's kind of a stuff job because there's a relay back there, and a start relay here, a accessory relay for the compressor and pump. There's the Molex connector adapter to the old wiring. There's just a lot of stuff going on. 2 caps, and then of course the control board and all the wiring for the fan and everything. So it's just kind of busy. So let's give it a try. Okay, turn on the breaker. All right, that's good. I got a red light down here. All right. Let's see if our controls are working. Yes, they are. It's rather hot in here right this second. All right, I'm going to turn it on. Oh, there it goes. All right, that's good. There's actually 2 vents. There's this vent in the equipment room. That's already cold. Nice. And then there's the second fan and evap in here that blows out up above the door and also in this head. God, that feels great. All right, let's go check for water flow. Okay, got good water flow. We use water to cool off our refrigerant instead of air like you would in your house, for instance. So you'll have an extra pump that circulates seawater to your unit. You'll have a through-hole valve like this that comes through the hull of your yacht to a strainer, which you can service, which then goes to your water circulation pump. We're going to talk about cleaning strainers. We have a special piece of video to share with you on why you don't just leave your air conditioner on forever, and how crucial it is to clean the strainers if you are going to leave it on all the time. Just by the smell, I can tell this is pretty rank. That means there's lots of growth in there. I'm going to put this down. I'll just right here. Okay, moment of truth. You ready? Yeah. Oh my God, it's completely filled. Oh! I don't even know if I can get it out. Look at it.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of cheese.
I don't think I've seen one this bad in a long time.
Yeah, extra sharp cheddar.
It's bad. It's like falling apart in here. Dude, we're gonna have to do some serious cleaning here. Well, you win the prize for the worst screen I've ever seen.
Oh, wow.
Okay, get me a towel, baby. I gotta, oh, use the bucket right there. All right, we're starting to get into this. It's just full. Look at the barnacles. Glued to the outside, inside.
So what causes that running?
Yep, if you leave your AC running forever, you're giving these, look at this screen's totally collapsed. You're giving this sea life a place to grow with no restriction, no threats, because nothing can eat them. They're trapped in here, just having fun eating whatever comes along. This basket's wasted. I don't even know if you can rerun it. There you go. Get a good picture of those guys.
Oh yeah. It's a lot of barnacles.
Yep. Sitting there, but it still stinks, which means there's still sea life in there that's... Look at all that stuff. This is why we recommend you do not run your air conditioners all the time. When you're not at the boat, get a dehumidifier, and then if you're going to run one week, then shut it off. Run a different one for a week, so that this stuff dies in the system and doesn't just get a free ticket to live in your system forever until this happens. That was the worst strainer we've ever seen. So I hope that's helpful and the video was helpful to you. Feel free to ask your questions and comment. We're happy to help. And we hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to see more of our yacht content.